Today's session is a short but a vital piece of AML compliance in the UAE. So we will start with some legal reference for administrative fines and penalties. To start with, the competent authority for imposing and taking care of the fines is Ministry of Economy and Ministry of Justice. This is for DNFBP sector. And the minister is defined as the Minister of Justice and Minister of Economy, respectively. The penalties are defined in Decree Law 20 as well as the amended version of Decree Law 26 in Article 14. The violations, administrative fines and penalties are defined under Cabinet Decision 71 of 2024. This is an amended version of fines and penalties, which was issued in July 24. Prior to that, it was Cabinet Decision 16 of 2021, which is now abolished. There are fines and penalties which are defined for beneficial ownership in the Cabinet Resolution number 132. Penalty notification. So usually, as most of us have seen, the penalty notification starts post inspection. Once the inspection has been done, and if the authorities have found any discrepancies in the AML CFT compliance of a particular firm, then they review it, and it takes a couple of months or more than that for the authorities to come back with the penalty notification. Now, before the email comes of the penalty notification, there is a notice which the authorities issue between themselves. So when they say 20 working days, so within 20 working days of issuing that notice within their own department, they send the email a notification to the firm of the penalty that has been imposed on their firm. It comes via registered email and from the AML Enforcement Department of Ministry of Economy. It is vital to keep tab of your junk emails at all the times for such notifications. This is just a sample of how the notification looks like. It comes from, this is particularly for DNFBPs, from AML Enforcement Department of Ministry of Economy. And this is the notice on the right-hand side. If you see, it is a PDF file that comes as a notice, which gives a brief of that your firm has been imposed administrative fines and penalties. This is a small window, which is a message in the email where it mentions of the administrative sanctions that has been imposed. So this is just a sample to show to everybody. What are the types and forms and extents of penalties? So as we have seen in the legal reference, it's the Cabinet Resolution number 71, which lays down the detail of the type of penalties, the reason, and the amounts range. Previously, it was Cabinet Decision 16. So it looked somewhat like this. It didn't have a range. It had a fixed amount of penalty for each failure. So this is just a brief comparison on how it looked like before and how the new cabinet decision looks like. If you can just see on the screen, there is a range, minimum and maximum administrative fine range for each set of non-compliance that is being imposed. The forms of penalties, according to Article 14, which is in Federal Decree Law, it could be a warning. It could be monetary administrative penalties ranging from minimum 50,000 to 5 million per violation. So if there are many violations, then it can be a multiplier effect on the firm. It can come in the form of a ban for a specific period, which is defined in the notification that comes from the authorities. We have seen such cases where it has been imposed. This means that the firm cannot do the activity they are specified to do within that period of ban. They can constrain the powers of senior management, or they can suspend the senior management who could be involved in the violations. They can suspend or restrict the activity altogether of the TNFPP, or they can impose a cancellation of the license in the adverse scenarios. They may also request the regular reports in any of these previous situations. What could be the possible violation areas? So all the areas in which they have defined the AML CFT compliance can have specific administrative penalties, ranging from GoML registration to MLRO appointment to policy. Even if the policy is not tuned to a particular firm's activity, because while inspection, they ask the firms to go through certain specific areas of compliance that shows this: where is your cash policy, where is your enhanced due diligence policy, how have you defined it, what is your cash procedures, especially for the DPMS and the real estate sector, because there are certain reporting requirements within the timeline for the cash transactions. Then for tipping off, so like that, they have defined the penalty range for each of the areas of violations. And within each area, there can be multiple types of penalties. So we have some samples here. So if you see for high risk or enhanced due diligence, there are, so when I say 1, 2, 3, there can be more types of penalties under high risk and enhanced due diligence. So for high risk enhanced due diligence, Go AML, MLRO, audit, and likewise for any of these areas, there are multiple types of penalties which has been defined in the Cabinet Decision 71. Now, once the penalty has been levied on a particular firm, now can the firm go for a grievance filing, or it is just cast in stone that they have to pay that million dirham fine? So for that, I have some basic FAQs, which most of the firms, they ask us when they get a notification of the penalties. Can they file a grievance if a penalty has been levied? Yes, in the email that comes for the penalty notification, it is mentioned that they can file a grievance. To whom that grievance application should be sent? It should be ideally sent to the same email from which the email notification comes. The timeline of filing the grievance is within 30 working days as of the date of the notice, the email that comes in. This has been extended. It used to be earlier 15 working days. The language, this is where we have seen most of the firms, they get repeated requests from the authorities after the grievance has been filed when the translation in Arabic has not been done. So that just delays the whole process of the authorities to look into your grievance application. So all the documents and the grievance application, once it has been done in English, it has to be typed back in Arabic, signed, stamped, respective documentation, and should be submitted to the authorities. Any supporting documents? Yes, definitely. Whatever points you are explaining for what you think you have complied with should be supported with the documentary proof, should be attached with the application. What is the response time for grievance submitted? Once the grievance has been submitted, the authorities, usually they say within 40 working days, they should come back. Practically, we have seen they have taken a lot more time than 40 days, but this is what the law says. So even if it goes beyond 40 days, the firms can send and ask for them that, if their application has been reviewed, means a reminder can be sent to the authorities for the review of their application. Upon considering the grievance, what could be the possible actions that the ministry can take? So depending on the proof and the types of penalties that has been raised, that has been imposed, they can either deny the grievance completely, they can reject it, or they can amend the penalties depending on the scenario and how you have supported your case to the authorities. This is just a sample of how the grievance letter looks like. It comes in Arabic along with the notice that comes. But this for English speakers and writers, then we normally translate it in English language, a legal translation, and then go about filling the information into this grievance application. What could be the common pitfalls, which practically also we have seen firms lagging behind or not taking care of and can be avoided? Timely response. This happens when the email has come in and it is lying in junk box, or it is lying with some email ID which was many years back registered with GoAML and Ministry of Economy, and nobody is accessing those emails. So it is very important to keep your emails on hand, and who is accessing those emails. That should be proactively audited timely into the organization. The Arabic translation is must, otherwise they can simply reject the application, or they can come back sometimes. If they do not come back and the 40 days period is also gone, then it can be understood that the application has been rejected without any second chance of filing the grievance. Supporting documents should be attached as much as possible to support your case. Clear annexure should be given as reference points to support your case. Junk box, as we have mentioned, should be checked regularly. GoAML and EOCN email and your details, the firm name, if any LLC, like in corporate tax, we have seen there has been a lot of changes from sole proprietor to LLC. So the name of the company changes. That should also be updated everywhere in the authorities' registers. So these are some things which can be taken care of to avoid the basic reason for waiving the penalty. We have done many cases of filing these grievances, and there has been success rates as well of getting the penalties waived off. I have personally done lots of applications to the ministry, to the enforcement. There has been certain experience which we have seen where the penalty has been levied on the genuine cases where the repeated violation has been done, like the MLRO is the owner of the company. They have not changed the MLRO even after repeated notice to the firm, or there could be many other forms of violations which could be very specific to individual organizations. So that's all from my side for today. I hope this short and sweet presentation has been useful for all of you. Thank you so much.